SpongeBob SquarePants is darker than you think. What if everything you know about SpongeBob SquarePants is wrong? What if Bikini Bottom is not a cheerful underwater city, but a controlled environment designed for observation? What if the colorful characters you grew up watching are not simply cartoon sea creatures, but subjects recorded, monitored, and subtly manipulated for entertainment, experimentation, and profit, hidden across decades of episodes, movies, specials, and promotional material are moments that feel off. Scenes that break logic. Details that contradict the world's rules. Blink and I miss it. Clues that suggest cameras where there shouldn't be cameras. Sets beneath the city. And characters who seem to know more than they let on. And once you notice these details, the illusion starts to crack. SpongeBob SquarePants presents itself as innocent fun, but when you connect all the dots, a much darker narrative emerges, one involving surveillance, manipulation, cult behavior, and even biochemical warfare disguised as ice cream. This is not one theory. This is the full picture. The core theory. Bikini Bottom is a set. At the center of everything is one disturbing idea. Bikini Bottom is not a real city, it is a production. The show SpongeBob SquarePants exists inside its own universe, being filmed by unseen showrunners. Every major event, disaster, and emotional moment is content. The characters live their lives unaware, or only partially aware, that they are being watched. Ancient Bikini Bottom. History as a stage. Thanks to observations popularized by Alex Bale, we know that beneath Bikini Bottom lies something unnatural, an ancient, preserved version of the city. In multiple episodes featuring flashbacks to Bikini Bottom's past, the environments look too intact, too clean, too staged. Instead of crumbling ruins shaped by time and erosion, we see environments that resemble carefully maintained sets. One episode reveals a basement containing what appears to be ancient Bikini Bottom itself, sealed off, preserved, and hidden beneath the modern city. This implies that when the show depicts ancient events, those scenes are not true history, they are reenactments. The past of Bikini Bottom isn't remembered. It's performed. This would explain why historical events feel exaggerated, theatrical, and oddly consistent in tone. They are not memories. They are productions staged on an underground set. The movie, a production within the production. This theory becomes much stronger when we examine the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. In the same episode that shows ancient Bikini Bottom, we also briefly see Neptune's crown and other movie-related artifacts stored underground. These objects should not exist outside the movie's timeline, unless they are props. If Bikini Bottom is a filming location, then the movie wasn't an adventure that happened to the characters. It was another production they were placed into. This idea is reinforced in the special Truth or Square, where SpongeBob and the crew crawl through the Krusty Krab vents and discover a hidden surveillance room filled with monitors showing every resident's home, not just public spaces. Private bedrooms, living rooms, kitchens. Bikini Bottom is under total surveillance. Television exists in universe. In the episode I Had an Accident, after SpongeBob is injured, the episode cuts away to a family watching the scene on television before casually turning it off. This confirms something huge. SpongeBob's life is broadcast as entertainment inside his own universe. Additionally, a real promotional clip for the 2004 movie shows a cameraman in a camera submarine directly interacting with SpongeBob and Patrick. After he leaves, the two seem confused as if they momentarily forgot they were being filmed. This suggests selective awareness. They are not always meant to know. Mr. Krabs, the gatekeeper. The cameras are hidden beneath the Krusty Krab, the vents, the walls. And who owns the Krusty Krab? Mr. Krabs, a character obsessed with money, profit, and exploitation. It would make perfect sense for Mr. Krabs to cooperate with the showrunners in exchange for financial gain. He doesn't just sell burgers. He sells access. Part 2. The Inside Collaborators. If Bikini Bottom is a set, someone has to keep the operation running. Sandy Cheeks, the scientist. Whenever something strange happens in Bikini Bottom, Sandy Cheeks is there, conducting experiments, running tests, taking notes. In the fishbowl, Sandy runs behavioral experiments on SpongeBob and Patrick, testing how they react under artificial conditions. On the surface, it's comedy, but in context, it's data collection. The biggest reveal comes from the 2025 Sandy Cheeks movie, where it's revealed that Sandy's research facility is being relocated and Bikini Bottom residents are being kidnapped and studied. She isn't just a scientist. She's an observer, a data analyst, a handler. Mr. Krabs appears upset when Sandy's role is exposed, but a real conspirator would never openly confess involvement. His reaction may simply be part of the act. Squidward Tentacles. The creative director, Mr. Krabs, claims Squidward is allowed to create commercials because he's artsy, but Squidward's involvement goes deeper. In As Seen on TV, Squidward creates a bizarre commercial featuring Krabby Patty costumes with legs eerily similar to the disembodied dancing legs seen at the end of the first movie. In Season 13's The Goofy Scooper, we see ice cream shaped like Squidward's head. Despite Squidward never being associated with Goofy Goobers publicly, we know Squidward loves creating art in his own image. What if Squidward designs products, directs commercials, influences film production? What if Squidward directed the movie itself? The Goofy Goober Cult. Goofy Goobers is not just an ice cream parlor. It exhibits every hallmark of a cult. Cult symbolism everywhere. Patrick wears underwear featuring the Goofy Goober mascot. SpongeBob openly states, "We worship a dancing peanut for corn's sake." In the movie, real money is exchanged for Goofy Goober currency. A video game features a coin reading "In Goofy We Trust." Employees are encouraged to consume unlimited ice cream. The parlor has no windows. The clock's numbers are scattered and meaningless. This is not branding. This is indoctrination. The movie as initiation. By the end of the movie, SpongeBob repeatedly chants "I'm a Goofy Goober" after consuming massive amounts of ice cream. He fully embraces the identity. This isn't character growth. It's conversion. Even as SpongeBob and Patrick die in Shell City, they sing the chant. Their final thoughts are worship. That is cult programming at its most effective. Ice cream warfare, the darkest layer. Now we reach the final revelation. Ice cream was never meant to be dessert. It was a weapon. The intoxication effect. Across the series, ice cream consistently causes intoxication, slurred speech, loss of balance, impaired judgment, emotional instability. This effect is too consistent to be a joke. So why would ice cream do this? Atlantis Squarepantis. In Atlantis Squarepantis, SpongeBob and Patrick discover ancient Atlantis. Among its advanced technologies, we see something chilling. Locked tanks of ice cream. Why would a peaceful, advanced civilization lock away ice cream? Because it was dangerous. Ice cream was used in ancient warfare to intoxicate enemies, weaken resistance, and control populations without violence. Atlantis didn't destroy it, they contained it. Goofy Goobers rediscovered the weapon. The Goofy Scooper training video shows Goofy Goober inventing ice cream with primitive tools before ascending into a UFO shaped like a sundae. This suggests ancient, possibly extraterrestrial knowledge. Goofy Goobers didn't invent ice cream. They resurrected it from water control. Instead of using ice cream in open warfare, Goofy Goobers repurposed it for mass indoctrination. They wrapped it in fun, music, bright colors, childlike imagery. People weren't conquered, they volunteered. What this means: if Bikini Bottom is a set, Sandy collects data, Squidward directs content, Mr. Krabs funds surveillance, Goofy Goobers is a cult, ice cream is a biochemical weapon, then Bikini Bottom isn't a cartoon town, it's a testing ground, a filmed experiment, a warning hidden behind laughter. Final conclusion: Bikini Bottom is not real. The citizens are not free. The cameras never turned off. The cult is active. And the ice cream was never harmless. SpongeBob SquarePants isn't just darker than you think. It was never meant to be bright at all.